We're going to derive the reservation wage. This will be for somebody, let's call Bob. And Bob is in the situation where currently he's not working. He is enjoying 112 hours of leisure. He has some sort of unemployment benefits, perhaps of about $500. That's his non-labor income. The wage offer he sees out in the market is about $6.70 an hour. And that's not enough to get him off the couch. He believes that by searching, he's going to be able to find a better offer. Let's see what his reservation wage is. The first thing to remember is that the reservation wage is the slope of his indifference curve when he is not working. So what we're trying to find is the slope that is right about here. We want to find what the slope is right about there. That's the wage offer that would get him to go back to work. Now, the slope of the indifference curve, if you remember how we define that, the slope of the indifference curve along any point is just the change in consumption over the change in leisure. But this has another value which is helpful to us, or we can derive this another way. We know that if people are indifferent, or if Bob is indifferent between point A, let's say, and point B, then the change in consumption times his marginal utility of consumption at that point is going to be equal to the change in leisure times his marginal utility of leisure. Now, if we had a functional form for his utility function, we would be able to figure out those marginal utilities of consumption and leisure, because then the marginal rate of substitution, right? Marginal rate of substitution, which is equal to the change in consumption over the change in leisure, would simply be equal to the marginal utility of leisure divided by the marginal utility of consumption at whatever point he's at on the utility curve. Remember, on the indifference curve, remember that as leisure and consumption change, their marginal utilities will change all along that indifference curve. Let's take a functional form for this indifference curve. Let's say that utility is equal to, as a function of C and L, is equal to consumption minus 100 times leisure minus 80. In that case, the marginal utility of consumption is equal to the partial derivative of our utility function with respect to consumption, which is equal to L minus 80. The marginal utility of leisure is equal to the partial derivative of our utility function with respect to leisure, and that's equal to C minus 100. So if we want to find the expression for this, we now have it. It's equal to C minus 100 over L minus 80. Well, we do know his consumption and leisure when he's not working. His consumption level is equal to 500. His leisure is equal to 112. This simplifies to 400 divided by 32, which gives us a wage rate of $12.50 per hour. So now we know that this tangency here has the slope of $12.50, and that would be Bob's reservation wage.